Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Here I tell true life stories that are as intriguing as they are complex. I mean real life stories that might remind you of a TV series. However, today, I will be taking it up a notch and try something new on my channel. So instead of telling the story myself, I am joined by Anthony, who has agreed to share his personal story. Anthony, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to share your story with us.
Thank you for having me on your YouTube channel. It was not easy, but I think it is important to talk about these things.
Anthony, let's start from the beginning. How did you meet Cynthia?
It all started 2 years ago. I went to my bank to discuss options for investment accounts, and that is when I met Cynthia. She was an investment officer at the bank. She was assigned to assist me with the investment account. She was very professional and seemed genuinely interested in helping me manage my finances. Quite knowledgeable, and I was impressed. However, I noticed she became unusually friendly when she saw my bank account balance. Then over time, she started calling me in the pretense of offering investment advice. Her calls and sometimes messages became more frequent and personal. She would often compliment me, not just on my business acumen but on my looks, my clothes. Felt flattering, honestly.
What do you think sparked her interest in you?
It seemed clear that her interest peaked when she saw the amount of money in my bank accounts. My financial stability seemed to draw her closer, and her flirtations became more apparent.
How did the relationship evolve from professional to personal? Or should I ask, when did you start seeing each other?
She initiated it. One evening, after a supposed casual meetup to discuss some new bank products, she suggested we have dinner. It wasn't long before we started seeing each other outside of bank-related matters regularly. It felt like we were genuinely getting to know each other, and perhaps I ignored some red flags because of the attention I was receiving. She flirted openly with me, and one thing led to another. Before I knew it, she had maneuvered her way into my personal life significantly. Also, I was single and had no woman in my life, so I kind of encouraged the flirting.
And then what happened?
She disappeared. About 3 weeks after we got together, she just stopped calling and texting me. Like no calls, no texts, nothing. She wouldn't pick my calls as well. It left me so confused and worried, because it happened completely out of the blue. One day we were planning a weekend getaway, and the next, she wouldn't respond to my texts, calls, nothing.
How did you feel during that time?
It was a mix of confusion and concern. I wasn't sure if something had happened to her or if I had done something wrong. I was just confused. I went to the bank to find out if something had happened, and I was told she was on vacation. I checked her social media, and she was very active. Well, I was just left bewildered, because I couldn't tell why she dumped me. Maybe I was a distraction to her or something.
How did you find her? Did she come back?
Yes. She returned after 2 months, showing up one evening at my apartment. She claimed she had to deal with a sudden family emergency out of town, and didn't have the means to contact me, which truly didn't make any sense to me. Then, she hit me with the news of her pregnancy. She said I was the father, which was quite shocking to say the least. She lamented that her parents would be mad at her if she had a baby outside wedlock. Then she became very emotional and began to cry.
That's a huge revelation. How did you handle it?
I had to step up and take responsibility. I felt obligated to do the right thing for my child, so I committed to Cynthia and the baby. She moved in with me, and we started planning our future together. We agreed to get married after the baby was born. She gave birth to a bouncing baby boy, a very healthy baby. I was so happy to be a father, and I really loved the baby. I named him David.
Then the company you work with transferred you to Europe?
Yes, I was transferred to our office in Europe, which was a promotion and a big step in my career. I was planning to take Cynthia and the baby with me, and that's when things took another unexpected turn. So, part of the documentation process for my work permit required a DNA test for the baby, before we can take him out of our country to live in Europe. I wasn't worried, believing I was the father. Well, that was until I got the first shock that sent electric waves through my spine. Guess what? The DNA result came back negative. It said there was a 0% chance that I was the father of David. I was stunned, completely floored. I remember holding the DNA result, not wanting to believe what I was reading. It clearly stated that I was not David's father. Can you imagine that I named the baby David and he wasn't mine? Anyway, I thought DNA result was a mistake, so I went for another paternity test, which confirmed the first result. Then the scales fell off my eyes and I could see more clearly. All the missing pieces fell into place. Her flirting with me, her manipulations, her lies, her disappearance, everything made sense. Looking back, I now realized that Cynthia was pregnant the first day I met her at the bank. But after she saw my bank account balance, she manipulated her way into my life and pinned the pregnancy on me.
What did you do after all this came to light?
I confronted Cynthia. She confessed that she had been unsure of the paternity and so hoped I could be the father given our relationship. Her admission was too little, too late. It was clear our relationship was built on deceit from the beginning. So I ended things with Cynthia. The trust was shattered beyond repair. Soon after, I moved to our office in Europe, alone and heartbroken, but ready to start over. It's been a journey of healing and introspection since then. I needed the fresh start. It was tough leaving everything behind, but it was necessary for my healing. The whole ordeal taught me hard lessons about trust and the importance of being cautious with whom you let into your life. I am glad I survived it, but I must confess that it was a very harsh reality to face.
Anthony, your experience is incredibly profound and a real eye-opener on personal and financial boundaries. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you once again for being here today.
Thank you for giving me the space to share it. I hope it helps others to be more vigilant and cautious in their personal and financial dealings. It's important to protect oneself on all fronts.
And that wraps up today's video. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing stories. It will really support my channel if you do so. I would also love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. This is a Stories of Our Lives by Esther, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.